People always ask me about happiness, right? How do I become happy? What is real happiness? Well, today I'm going to show you this really, really important point that we really have to understand, and it's about purpose, right? The meaning, the purpose, the reason, the intent. That's something that everyone needs to know. Now, in life, there's always two different types of purposes. There's a big purpose and a small purpose. And I want you to understand today about the big purpose. Why? Because everyone knows about the small purpose. What's a small purpose? Small purpose is like a job. It's how much money you make. It's about the house. It's about the car. It's these small purposes that we have in life: to finish school, to graduate from college. These are all small purposes. Now, the reason I want to talk today about big purposes is because this is the one thing that not many people actually think about or even know. I'm going to give you a cool story, and it's Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Now, everyone knows these two people, right? So what happens is one day they all go camping together, okay? They're going camping, they eat, it gets late at night, and they retire to the tent. A few hours later, Holmes wakes up, and the first thing he does is he wakes up Watson, and he's like, Watson, get up. And Watson's like, oh, what is it? And he says, look at the sky. So Watson looks up and he stares. And Holmes says, what do you see? Millions of stars. And then Holmes asks, what does that mean to you? What does it mean? And then Watson begins to think deeply about it. And after a few moments, he says, well, astronomically, I see millions of galaxies and potentially billions of stars. Astrologically, I see the constellation Leo moving into Saturn. Theologically, God is almighty, omnipotent, He's so great, and we are small and insignificant. Meteorologically, weather's going to be good tomorrow. And horologically, I deduce that it's roughly 3 a.m. But now he thinks to himself, you woke me up for this? So he turns to Sherlock and he says, hey Holmes, what does it mean to you? And he looks up at the sky for a few moments and he turns to Watson and says, Watson, you idiot! Somebody stole our tent. Now, what does this story have to do with a big purpose and a small purpose? Well, big purpose people are like Sherlock Holmes. They see the big picture, they see the most important part. Somebody stole the tent. But most people are like Watson. And they're only looking at the details. And they're looking at every little detail, every bit of it. And they're, and this, I see this, I see this. Now, what's the difference? Well, a big purpose, right? Why is this big purpose so important for us to find in order for us to be happy? Why is this big purpose so important? Because this big purpose allows us to see everything in perspective. Let me give you an example. Right? Big purpose. Let's see, what is a life like that has big purpose? Big purpose is like what? It's like going to war. Okay? Not war itself, but being in a war, you're fighting, bombs are exploding, bullets are flying by, and all of a sudden, you're sitting there in the bunker and your friend, and then you get all your clothes are dirty from the dirt. Would you turn around to your friend and say, oh my gosh, I don't want to fight anymore because my clothes are dirty. Oh no, my nail's broken. Oh no, my hair doesn't look good. Oh my goodness, the clothes, they don't have the color that I wanted. No! The big purpose at that time is to live. When you have a big purpose, the small purposes are not as important. You don't care about the little things. You don't care about the color. You don't care about the size. You don't care about the price. It's like asking a beggar on the street who's naked in the wintertime. If someone gives them clothes, even though they're the ugliest clothes ever, they'll still take it. Why? Because that's a big purpose. They're not going to sit there and say, well, it's too ugly, I can't accept it. No, they're going to take it because they're freezing. They want to live. When you have a big purpose, when you understand that big purpose, the small things don't matter as much. What is a big purpose question is, why are you living? Why are you here? Why are human beings even living on the earth? Why were we created? And these are big purpose questions we have to figure out. You see, life without a big purpose, the interesting thing is, When you don't have a big purpose, all the small things begin to matter too much. Oh, my job, the money I make, right? The car I have, the house I'm living in, the wife I have, the children, something's wrong. And all these small things begin to matter too much. We get stressed, we have anxiety and depression. People commit suicide. Why? Over small purpose issues. We have to find the big purpose first. And when you find the big purpose, then life is put into perspective. And we're able to live that happy and normal life that we should. So I really hope that everyone too, find the big purpose first. Search for it. You may not find it today. You might not find it tomorrow, even the next week. But that's something you really have to find before the small purposes.